Hi guys, today we are going as part of the Azure Databricks series. Today we are going to see about the Apache Airflow with the Databricks integration. Here we plan to use Airflow as orchestrator, and the jobs will be triggered in the Databricks platform. Okay, these are the prerequisites for this integration actually. First one is a Airflow setup. Here I am using the Docker for Airflow setup. The mandatory package for connecting Databricks is that Apache Airflow provides Databricks. I am using the version 2.1.0. Let's check before using this thing. You check for the latest versions. Okay. Second thing is Azure Databricks account. Okay. Apart from that. Apart from the connection providers actually package, you need to be configure the connections to this Databricks in Airflow actually. Okay, for this you need two parameters from Databricks actually. One is the Databricks host URL, second is a token actually. Through this token through this connection configuration only you were able to connect your Databricks platform. Okay, the next thing is while writing the DAGs, you need to import the Databricks submit run operator, runtime operator in the headers actually. I'm going to, here my scenario is I'm going to create on job cluster where I will run my notebook there. Once a cluster once a job run completed, the cluster will get terminated. Job cluster will get terminated actually. Okay, as part of my cluster configuration, I am using the single node cluster since I am using the standard license for Azure Databricks actually. So here I am using a single node cluster. Okay. These are the mandatory parameters you need to pass for cluster creation. The one is the Spark version, second is the node type ID. This node type ID you will get it from the Azure Databricks portal actually, support portal. And next one is the number of workers actually. What are the number of workers you need to pass it here. Third one is a required Spark config actually. Since I am running the single node cluster, so I need to mention these two parameters actually, so I have mentioned it here. Do you want to pass any custom tags and all, you can pass it from here as well. Okay, next one is a notebook task params actually. Notebook task params it's a JSON parameters actually. While invoking the which means while connecting with the Databricks, you need to pass this information actually. One is what was the cluster configuration you need to be created as a job cluster. Second is a notebook actually. What was the notebook you are going to invoke it from Databricks actually. This is a notebook actually I have kept in my Databricks workspace. Okay, the final one is a task actually, which means you need to use the Databricks submit runtime order. Through this operator only you were able to invoke the job in Databricks actually. Okay, while passing this these are the mandatory parameters for this Databricks submit runtime operator. The standard one is the task ID, the second is the Databricks connection ID. By default we have to use Databricks _ default. This is a connection configuration we have created through the Airflow admin connections actually. Third one is the DAG. We need to pass the DAG object here. The final is the JSON, which is the notebook task params actually, where we enclose the cluster configuration as well as a notebook. Okay, this is it in terms of Airflow to Databricks integration things. Let's see the demo. This is a notebook actually. We are going to invoke this notebook from the Airflow thing actually. Here I have written a simple Spark operation here actually. I'm just reading on file ind.csv and write it into the new file ind final.csv. Okay. Just want to have one print thing as well actually. Okay, this is a notebook. Here Airflow. This is the DAG. I'm going to use it here actually. Okay. I'm going to trigger this DAG actually. Before that, I will show the configuration actually. Connection configuration, Databricks connection configuration. Here Databricks default is you can use a plus symbol and create connection actually. I'll show it here. Editing this record. Okay, this is a connection ID Databricks _ default, and connection type is a Databricks. Host you need to pass actually. The final thing is a extra token for authentication actually, and URL also supposed to pass it from here. Okay, I'm going to invoke this DAG actually by trigger DAG. Actually there will be two options over there here actually. Latest Airflow they are showing these two options, trigger DAG and trigger DAG with config. Actually since there is no configuration has been passed to do this DAG actually, so I am using this trigger DAG actually. This top one DAG has been triggered out actually. Okay, let me see the log. Okay, just a minute, I'm just refreshing it. Okay, it is establishing the connection actually. Okay, now the logs are getting printed over here actually. Okay, I'm just clicking one of the URL. Okay, okay, our command has been executed actually. There will be, you can see the trigger from DAG actually, it got printed in this thing. The cluster gets created and it got terminated as well. Soon the job has been completed actually. You can see the data tables actually. Just a minute. So for that we need to create a cluster actually. I will show it in a separate video actually. Okay, this is it actually. This is a Airflow with Databricks integration. Okay, thank you folks.